Penneth Stacknickles, Ghost in the Vinyl album review. Now, this is someone who actually DM'd us on TikTok. And I was like, okay, I see he's following. And I never have a problem like when I see people who follow, show love, and they send us the project. Because I'm always looking for new artists, trying to see who's on the come up. You know, trying to see what they're actually about to do, what they're going to do. And I'm just curious to see, like, where do people start in their careers and where do they end up at?
Yeah, because he's actually supposed to have been in the Rolodex, bro. He's actually Super Galloway homie. When Super Galloway sent us, he DM'd us and stuff. Yeah, we haven't got to it yet, but he got to it. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking, I'm like, man,
he shot his shot.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, his name looks so familiar, and then I went back and I'm like, oh yeah, this is something we supposed to, tackle, man. But like, so many albums come out, sometimes it's hard to get to certain things, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think the most we review in a week is like 5 albums.
Yeah, bro, and then. I ain't gonna lie. It becomes you have to like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this album. You gotta listen to some of these albums. Yeah.
You gotta remember
and
so
then,
much.
Yes, and then sometimes you don't want to pile too much albums on you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to spread it out.
Yeah.
But yo, so what's your thoughts on this, B? How many listens you gave it, just to get your thoughts on it?
I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
Today was my half, but because we got this in to review it a bit earlier, not like we got it in like direct. Like, we went to Spotify. It's all available on Spotify and all
It's
that.
been out for a while.
Yeah. So I went to this project, I believe the day that I sent it to you. No, I literally went to it the day I sent it to you. And I'm trying to look it up. I'm so sorry. Penneth Stacknickles.
I got it in mind. You got it, or you want me to go to it?
Go to it real quick.
I got you.
Thank you, B. Okay. But yeah, this project is 12 songs, 40 minutes. And so I saw that, I'm like, all right, I can knock this album out a few times this week.
Yeah.
And this was before our actual week of when we start doing the album reviews for the weekend and things like that. And first track is cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I'm like, all right. I didn't know what I was getting into with this because I didn't know if he was going to be spiritual, miracle, lyrical.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was going to be like doing trappy type beats. I didn't know where he was from. And I didn't check out any of his TikToks until after I heard his album. Then I went to his TikTok page. And I heard the first track. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I heard the second track, Villains. It gave me like a Cash Money vibes from the 90s back then, the way that the actual hook was. Hawthorne to me, I really enjoyed it. I remember listening to it earlier today.
That was like more of the laid back, kind of give you, like, that production was kind of like a Currency Wiz type production.
I think so, but it was also like the more like personal.
Yep,
but it wasn't like super introspective.
But
it was still personally like, like, oh, when the lights flicker, that's time for me to go inside.
Yeah.
I like that track. I like Museum Glass. I did not like Eye of Thundera.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that track.
I like You Singing Franklin. That was a storyteller song about, someone getting put onto a certain business. You get what I'm saying? Things happening during that. I didn't like Deliver Us. I believe that was the one with the Jesus Walk sample or the same sample from Jesus Walk. Yeah. To me, it was too slow. Listen to The Message. I didn't like that one as well. But after that, Detroit 9000, Light, Watercolors, Get the Door. The songs where you was like really rapping. Like Detroit 9000, I think that was the one where like it was like a harder type beat. You was just rapping. It wasn't really like a song, but you was just rapping. I'm like, all right. Yeah. I don't know. I could be confusing that with another song over here. But yeah, it was one of them songs. I was like, dang, I really like this. But yeah, I like Light. I like Watercolors. I like Get the Door overall. I'll get my critiques after this. Yeah. But B, how did you feel?
So, how I feel about it, the first track is my favorite track on here. I kind of feel like it led me the wrong way. Because to be honest with you, like, that track is when you felt your most comfortable to me. As an
like
MC.
In a good way? Or?
In the good way, as an MC. Because like throughout this project, I felt inconsistencies in like how he was rhyming or like how he felt on the beat. It didn't really.
Like I said, it's that like that not God's plan. I be want to call it that. Jesus Walks one.
Yeah,
the one
it was a few tracks like that for me, and some of the production on here just didn't stick with me. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't feel whole. Like you have potential. As an MC, I can see, but it's like some of this stuff just didn't. It just didn't hit me. You know what I mean? But overall, man, I think it's okay. But that what's the Eye of Thundera?
The Eye of Thundera?
That song right there, bro.
Yeah, like I said, the 3 songs I had, because as I say all the time, when it comes to me liking songs, I either like the beat, I like it the way he was rapping, or I like it all together. Yeah. I'm like, if I don't like it at all, that means I didn't like nothing. And so, like I said, the one with the Jesus Walk sample, to me, the beat was too slow. I was like, and then I don't want to say like this disrespectfully, you kind of stay in the same flow for like all the songs, and because of that, like, I get what you were saying. Like sometimes it just don't fit on certain beats, especially the way that you rhyme and the way that you flow, because it's so similar. I'm like, okay, I can see how this works on this or it doesn't work on this. Is this album sonically East Coast to you? This sounds like East Coast.
But he's from Detroit. He's from Detroit. But it's like, you know,
But that's like Midwest though, right?
Yeah, but you know, they have a lot of inspiration from East Coast, and plus, like the lane that he's in is a lot of like East Coast vibes.
So okay,
Yeah, and one thing one thing I appreciate about you did try to hit different subject matter. Like you brought up things that's happening in the community, things, you know, the storytelling element. Even though that track didn't hit me like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know why on some of this stuff, like he didn't feel comfortable as he did on the other one. Like Museum Glass, I like that track, but mostly because of Jalen Frazier. Like that dude I liked his verse. His verse was really good. He had the little nasally voice in a way.
There was one guy. Is that the one that sounds like Jadakiss? Oh no, that's Stretch Money. That's the one that sounded like Jadakiss.
He was on the second track.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But overall, man, like track by track, I'll be honest, like it's only a few songs I really like. Like I liked one song, but some was like okay to
like
me.
all the way, or like you
like
just
one
a certain
song.
aspect
It's certain aspects I liked about the songs. I feel like, you know, this is probably not his best work, and maybe he can do something better. But like, you know, you get better. The more you do something, the better you get. I'm not saying you a bad rapper at all. It's just he didn't fit on some of these on this production to me. Or like I don't know if it's an engineering problem, but sometimes it didn't feel like balanced right. You know?
I see. I understand what you're saying, and one of my problems I had with this project, and I don't want to say it like this. To me, the production stood out a bit more than the actual lyricism itself or the lyrics itself, because I don't want to say it. I'm trying not to say it mean.
Yeah.
It was the way you rapped was very predictable.
Yeah.
Like, what do you say? Oh, I got a Fairly Odd Parents. You wish I were Timmy Turner. Like, you know, it'd be something like this. Like, oh, you got a crimson chin. I'm just like, this.
Yeah,
like,
it's some bars.
It's very like, I don't want to say elementary, but it is elementary because it's like, oh, something like this. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I got a Danny Tanner. Yeah. That's a Full House. I'm like, and it reminds me of 38 Special. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's like I understand it's like a setup he's doing, but like you could do it. Yeah, it's some ways you could do it, and it's like, all right, the setup coming, but it's like it didn't pay off like the setup. And I don't know if that's your charisma on the mic or whatever. You know, I'm not MC. I know this. Like you probably worked hard on this, and like we get on this screen, listen to it a few times, and discuss your art. But like, you know, it's just our point of view of it, because I know it's not easy to be a rapper.
No, it's not. But also, it's like, I guess my thing is, and like I said, I'm not comparing. Even though this weekend we listened to like Doom Absol, I'm not comparing you to none of them. That's what I'm saying. Because that's a whole different level. Yeah, that's why you just starting out.
Right. It's not even if I don't know if he probably been rapping longer, but it's just when we have these type of reviews, or like I want to give them more constructive criticism. Like other artists, I kind of be more harsh on. Yeah. But I just want to give more constructive criticism on artists like this.
I guess my thing is, for me, I wish like you were saying, the setup. I guess that's the perfect way of saying it. Like the punchline, because that's what it is. It's a lot of punch. It's punchline rap.
Yeah, that's what.
And to me, it's like, that's why I say I don't like, because he also goes into that same rhythm as a 38, and I don't like that, because it's like when someone's telling a joke and you see the yo mama joke coming, or the, you know, knock knock, who's there. It's like, for me, I'm like, I don't like that rhythm of rap sometimes, because to me, I'm like, whatever you about to say, I hate to say it like this, the next line that you're going to say is going to be very predictable. Yeah. Like I said, to me, some of the ones that stood out, like, oh, I got a Danny Tanner. That's a Full House. Yeah, I'm just like, I saw that coming, because as soon as you said Danny Tanner, I'm like, it's going to be something about Full House. Yeah. I'm like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, he said, Victor Vaughn or MF, you're going to meet your doom. And I'm like, like, that was one of them. Yeah. I was like, I saw that coming. And I'm like, that's the thing, is like, I whenever it was like, it's like when you watch a comedy movie and you've already seen it before, and you know it's the joke already, so you don't laugh. But in this case, it's like, I didn't see the movie. Yeah. And every time you would say something, you're like, something. You know, like I said, it was just like, it was very predictable. Yeah. And like I said, I don't like that 38 Special flow, because it's like, it's the same one on every song. I'm like, production-wise, I think I like the production the most on this project right here. Like I said, some songs, though, I'm like that. All Right, Thunderer, the one with the Jesus Walk sample, I'm like, no, cut that out. But besides that, overall, I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. I just need a different flow from some of these songs. Because I'm like, especially the song where you was just like, it was like no hook. I'm like, all right, I like the rhythm of this, and I like the production. I'm like, but it's that same flow. And I'm like, I like, you get very comfortable in that flow, and I'm just like, it didn't. If you get that flow, I know it's to me, it's like a 38 Special punchline flow, and I'm like, okay, you gonna say something's like this, and the other thing is gonna be like that. You like this. I'm like, and to me, there's no problem with punchlines. To me, I would like it to be a bit more clever, like a bit more creative.
Yeah, especially when you leading to the setup, because when you lead to that setup, it gotta be something like even with 38 Special, like you probably don't like it when it came to like him on the album, but you said like when he's freestyling like
Yeah,
on radio,
I'm like, oh,
that
this
setup
is-
come up, be like, oh, that's crazy. So it's like my thing is with you as a rapper, like, cause like I said, that first track, bro, to me, you was rapping. Like you not a bad rapper. I won't say that at all. But I feel like on the rest of these tracks, might have to check out some more of your work. I'm on your Bandcamp now. But like it just didn't, I don't know, just some stuff it just didn't feel like you fit and like you wasn't as comfortable. Like in a way. I don't know, that first track, bro. I don't know. I was
like the first
Yeah,
track.
that's what I'm saying. That first track, I was like,
It
hold
sets,
up.
to me, it sets the tone
That's what I'm
really
saying.
nice.
I was like, oh snap. But I'm saying it set me up like, okay. But in some of the stuff, I'm like, it didn't meet the expectations of the first track.
The reason why I like that more than a lot of other tracks is because what he does on it, it doesn't wear off on you.
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Like I said, at 38 Special, I'm like, all right, cool, this is cool. But like I said, once you keep hearing that same flow, and like I said, for me personally, people love that flow, so you don't have to listen to my critique at all. Like, this is just my opinion. Me personally, I don't like 38 Special's flow. I'm not gonna say that he can't rap or anything like that. I just don't like that. No. I don't like. I don't like that. Me personally, like I'm just like. And like I said, the main problem I have with your rapping is the predictability of it. To me, like I said, punchlines. I grew up on Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I grew up on Chamillionaire. It was like punchlines is not the problem to me. It's the creativity behind the punchline. When it's too predictable, I'm like, I'm like, I feel like it's not as creative. Like like I said, I'm not gonna give him too much. Well, like you said, I'm not gonna give too much slack on that because it's probably hard to be an artist. You got to find the right punchline to relate to the situation, but you also got to have a rhyme to the next line as well. I guess I just wish it'd be a little bit more complex or intricate.
Yeah.
Where like you don't have to make that same punchline in that same bar. You can kind of like stretch that bar out and make one big punchline.
Yeah.
That was me. I wish I had more diversity with that. I mean, you kind of do that like on a song like the one where you telling the story about the drug dealing or whatever. Or like the one with the street lights. Yeah, or the one with the Hawthorne. Like songs like that, I'm like, okay, I really like this. But, sometimes, especially, like I said, the 38 Special just don't fit on everything with me. Like, I just wish, I would say mesh with the beat a bit more.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could say
That's
it.
what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I don't know, it didn't feel right. Sometimes I was like, this just vocally don't feel right on this production.
So you feel like it's a mixing, or is it because of his flow?
It could be his flow, but like sonically, it didn't marriage well. It wasn't a good marriage to me. I don't know if it's
he didn't like it doesn't sound right, or like I said, it's the mixing is the problem. Because the mixing can always be fixed.
Yeah, but I think it just didn't sound right.
Like it's not like a good pairing together.
They said some of this production wasn't a good pairing.
It didn't fit with him.
Not to me.
But to me, I guess I don't mind it because, like I said, 38 Special is from the East Coast. To me, a lot of this was East Coast sounding. There was, like I said, that one guy that sounds literally just like Jadakiss on the feature. To me, I guess for me, like I said, some of the production, I'm like, but that's like his thing. Like you could choose what production you want, which production you don't want. But yeah, for me, it was like I said, my biggest problem on here was the predictability of the punchline. Yeah. Especially when I'm like I said, I don't know who you are, but every time I would hear something, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a so-and-so reference. This is about to be a so-and-so reference. Like I said, you mess with my Fairly Odd, you're going to get a Crimson Chin. I'm like,
Yeah. But yeah, man, who are we? You know what I'm saying? We just some guys out here that love music and going to discuss it, bro. So like, if you ever want to, we could check out more of your projects, man. I have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I like to listen to music. I like to, give my constructive criticism to, especially to someone that's not at a level as, other rappers that could really like to hear someone else talk about their music besides friends and stuff like that. So it's no problem with me, man. Because, like, look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. We can be homies. I'm going to be the most honest with you. You know what I mean? And I just think, like, I guess with production you could pick some beats that kind of fit your style more, because I don't know, vocally it just didn't match.
So what songs did you feel like they fit well together?
This Is the Way. That intro track to me was
just
perfect.
That's it. But besides that,
other than that, bro, like it's some good rapping in spots here, but it just didn't connect, bro. I don't know why. Just maybe I have to give it another listen. I listened to it 2 times. I probably need another listen to it, but I don't know. Hopefully we gave you some of the criticism the critiques you will love, man, and don't hate us, bro.
Yeah,
because
I don't think this project is bad.
No, it's not bad.
But I said there's definitely some work to be done.
Yeah.
But for me, if you iron out them kinks, like I said, yeah, I'd enjoy it.
With anything, man, like I said, like your rapping is not the worst at all, and you just as more you do it, you can get better, man.
I agree.
So,
but yeah, Penneth Stacknickles, Ghost in the Vinyl. let us know if y'all gonna listen to that in
y'all,
the comment section, whatever you.
Yeah, go check it out, man. Check him out. Show him some support. Hit his Bandcamp, man. If you like his music, support him, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Shout out to Penneth Stacknickles.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.